Hi, this is Nick from LocalWeb, and I'm going to go over real quickly how to use LocalMark to update your business information. This one is already synced and everything, so I'm going to show you how you go through and edit it. But if you're just creating your business listing for the first time, it's virtually the same steps, but you're just creating it from blank information instead of having everything filled out and then editing it. So once you sign up for LocalMark and log in, you end up at this screen and you'll have your business in here. And then you'll see your business up here. It'll show you the active business for all of these tabs. You can click it and select a different business. Or from this screen, you can click the business you want to edit. You can access all your locations. If you have multiple locations, you can access them all from here. You can even do things like select all your business locations or several of your business locations and edit the info right from there. So you can say your hours are changing across the board. This makes it really simple to edit that in one spot. I'm going to edit just this one location though. So the first thing you do is click on it. And this shows all the business information that you can edit. So you can edit everything from the business name to the categories. And then every website uses different information, or every directory, I should say. So Google My Business will use some of this information. Yelp will use other things, but you really just want to fill it all out as complete and detailed and as accurate as you can, so those sites can have unique, good content that all pulls from one central location, or rather this one central location sends it out to all the others. So the first thing you do to edit any one of these sections is you'll notice there's an edit link in the top corner of each box. Edit, see each of these have an edit link. So all you do is click on the edit link. And here you are at the business information that you can edit. This has everything from store code, which you probably won't use except for internal uses. You're not going to use that. It doesn't show to anybody. But you can update the business name, the business category. This is the main category. And then you also can update as many additional categories, well, up to 9. Those are good because something like Google My Business lets you have the primary category and then a bunch of additional categories. Same with Yelp. You can have several categories, but not one single one is primary for Yelp. And then you can also update your business logo. When you're updating your business logo, I do recommend in this screen that you use something that's square. That's going to ultimately come out better for your users on the sites that use them. Google My Business has a bad tendency to crop images. So especially if you have something you don't want cropped out, make it a square. Like if you're a real estate agent, you don't want your head cut off. So if you make it a square image of yourself, then you won't have an issue with that. So you can also update things like the address. You can even choose not to publish the address, like say you're a service area business. You can select that box. That is sometimes going to limit what directories your information can be sent to. Most require a full physical address, but some of them let you do service area without an address. And then of course, make sure you do your complete website. Don't just put the domain, put the https:// the whole thing. And the phone number, make sure you include the full phone number for that. The country code is going to be pre-selected depending on when you signed up. You set this up for a certain location, Australia, England, things like that. So your phone, the country code will be different, but as you can see, it's already pre-selected here. So once you make all the changes you'd like, you just click Save Section, and it'll save all of this information. I'm going to cancel this because I did not make any updates. So when you update the address too, it's going to come up with a different image here. It's going to pull that from the location, so that'll update automatically. And many directory sites use things like about the business. Yelp uses that. Google My Business even uses a description, so it will put those in for you. Again, just click the edit link to edit that. I'm not going to show you that again. But you can edit things like the operation details. This one requires a little bit more details here. So these are your hours. So you just click edit. But before I do that, I just want to point out down below, there's the special hours section. That's really important because you want to keep your customers up to date on if you're going to be closed for like Christmas, Memorial Day, 4th of July, things like that. You definitely want to add those special hours in there that will be pushed out to all those sites so people will know if you're open on those days or not. Or if you have different hours. You can change it to anything you want, so maybe your hours are more limited or maybe you're completely closed. But just make sure you update that. But as far as hours, editing your general hours, just click edit. And you can see I'm at the hours screen. So you can do a lot of cool things with the hours. So maybe your day isn't as simple as open at a certain time and close at a certain time. Maybe you are closed for lunch. In that case, you would do split. 9 a.m. to maybe you're open till 12 p.m. So maybe you're open from 9 to 12 and then you're open again at 1. So there it's going to show you as closed for the lunch hour and then you're there until 5. That's great. Now people can see that you're closed for the lunch hour. You can also do things like open 24 hours. So maybe you're on certain days you're available 24 hours, but really this has to kind of be your physical location. So unless somebody's there on site, you're likely not going to use the open 24 hours. Maybe certain businesses would, dark stores, things like that. And then of course you can also do closed. And then any of these, as you click on them, you can apply this one to all the days. So say you want to start with Monday, maybe you want to start with the hours that you're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, you can click the apply for all days and it'll change it for Monday through Sunday to be open from those certain times. That's a nice way to simplify this, and then maybe Saturday and Sunday you're not open those days, so then you just go through and change those two manually because that's a lot easier than setting up each day manually. Once you're done setting all your hours, just click the save button. I'm going to close this because I don't want to open them and see I can either save the changes or since I canceled it, I'm going to discard the changes. So then some sites also use payment information, like what kind of payments you take. So you can see different ones are selected. You can just click the edit link and click the little box under each one that you accept. Once you've selected all the ones you accept, just click save. Of course, I hit cancel. And then the last section on updating your business information, this one's probably the most important. You want to add images. So the cover image that can be used by different sites for the main image on your profile, or if somebody searches for your business directly. So you want to put something representative of your business that's helpful to your users. You can see I did a little quick search of an accounting business. And this photo right here is probably their cover photo. So it's going to show right up at the top, and then, sites can use that for other things too. So make sure you put a business cover image in, and then your business will look more professional, and your customers will definitely appreciate that, to know that you're a real business, that you keep up to date online. So maybe that will instill more confidence that your hours are correct. Because there's nothing worse than a customer looking up a business online and finding out your hours are not right. They go to your business and you're closed. That would be pretty horrible. So this kind of sends one of those signals that you keep your information online up to date. And then also make sure you add as many other images that are relevant for your business. Don't just put whatever. Don't put the same image over and over. If you're a garage door company, you don't need to put the same picture of a garage door over and over. Maybe one that represents each type of work you do. Maybe a commercial garage door. and a residential garage door, or maybe like a basic metal wood garage door and then a fancier wood garage door, things like that. So something that really shows the differentiation in your work, not the same thing over and over. That's not going to help you and it could harm you. So you can upload a bunch of images in here, but you can only select 4 to be shared on your stuff. So make sure you choose the best 4. If I click on this link down here, so you already have 4. So you can see they're starred. So maybe I want to switch it to a different one. I can take the star off of one and put it on another. That's pretty much the same image though, so I'm going to switch it back. And then of course you can upload more images. You can upload a whole bunch of images, but of course again you can only select 4. So just keep that in mind. So once you do that, you can close that, and now you can see your business information will be updated across our network. So that's 30, at the time could be more sites. We're always adding new sites that you sync up with. So if I come up here to the top and I go to listings, in premium listings, you'll see this shows the business information and how it updated. So how well it's synced. So if you're just setting up your LocalMark account, then you'll see no listings until you edit your business information, and then it'll start syncing with external sites. So you can see this one has a total of 30 listings. They're all completely synced and no actions are required. So there's no errors, nothing that I provided that's incorrect. And then you'll see down in this section that this shows you what information is synced. So as you update it, you'll see unsynced when it's a brand new account and you haven't added any information. But after you add that information, you'll see syncing. You'll see messages that'll tell you what's going on with each account. And of course, ones like Google Maps, those are immediately updated, pushed directly to Google Maps. If you have a Google account, you need to connect it. If you don't have one, you need to create it, and you can go through the connection process for both of those. You can actually create a listing right there. If you think you might have one, make sure you check first. You do not want to create another because there's nothing worse than having a duplicate. So just make sure you don't have one before creating it. If you do have one, connect it, sync that information, get it all accurate. For Facebook, you can also connect to your account there, so it keeps it in sync. As you update information in here real time, it'll sync out to Facebook. And then you can see there's a long list of other sites that are updated, and you can click on any of these to actually go to that business profile. And then if you mouse over any of these, then you can kind of see more details on any of these. I did just recently update this, so you'll see some of them are awaiting response. And then if they're not all synced, you can sort it by the synced listings. That's not going to change anything because all of these are synced and there's no required actions. But if I did have required actions, I can click on that and it just shows the required actions ones. And then you can also download a report right here to see, to show which directories you're in. And then another very important feature of LocalMark, like I said before, duplicate listings are horrible for your business. They're going to harm your listings and harm your overall online presence. If you click on duplicate listings over here, you're going to see any duplicate listings that LocalMark found. So you can see there's no potential duplicates at this time. There was a flagged duplicate. You can see if I click here, it'll show you there was a duplicate on Speedy Local. But if you have a duplicate and there's an issue, you can actually decide how you want to go forward fixing it. So do you want to delete the duplicate? Which one do you want to keep? It was resolved. There was at one time another duplicate, which was Judy's book. That one was resolved too. The duplicate was deleted. So you can see the original listing and the duplicate listing. So that's it. Of course, if you're in the duplicate listing section here, you can go back to editing your business right here. There's a button. That's a convenient way, but that's all you need to do to edit your business information, and also check on your listings if they're synced and take care of any duplicate listings. If you have any questions about LocalMark, please feel free to leave them in the comments. In the description, there's links for There's an article that goes over these details, some more information. So feel free to go to that page and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot for watching and have a great day.